Okay, good morning. Let's get right into it. This channel is all about stock market technical analysis and trade ideas. Oftentimes, I try to point out trade ideas before they happen. I'm just giving you guys an idea of what I see in the charts using technical analysis. So everything is built around a technical case, and we point out stop areas, we point out profit targets. If you guys are new, drop me a thumbs up. If you find value, follow along for a little while. Hopefully, I'm able to put you on some winning trades. I know this year it's been very, very profitable for everyone in the channel because we've been short the market since January 4th. And again, we're going to get right into it. Also, as I go along, if these concepts don't make sense or if you're really interested in learning this as a skill set and not just watching a YouTube video, then take my technical analysis course, okay? That course is put together. I've got all the training aspects of my videos are broken out into individual concepts, and I put it in a course for you guys. I priced it that affordable, okay? It's not as cheap as it used to be. I did bump it up $50, but I mean, what's $50? And at the end of the day, you get one trade right, it's going to cover that pretty much instantly. So that course is to help you build a skill set, all right? Those are skills that I've learned over many years of losses. And, I put together the things that really help you increase your probability of winning. Nothing can be guaranteed, of course, but just having a skill set and understanding how to chart, how to technical analysis, how to manage risk, that's all very important. So check that out. Link in the description below. Okay, sign up for that. I highly recommend it. Ask anyone who's taken the course. They'll give you a recommendation, I'm sure. All right, triple Q. So where do we bounce? We are bouncing. All right. If I go to the daily chart, yesterday I talked about the potential for a bear market rally. It looks like that started. I pretty much covered most of my shorts yesterday. Luckily, I covered them before, like GameStop bumped up 18%. I pretty much covered it in the morning and avoided most of that spiky rally. Just started to get long on some of these trades today. I went long Netflix yesterday. I talked about that as a trade idea. We'll cover that here in a second. And I'm long triple Qs and IWM now. Looking for a bounce. Where do we bounce to? Well, here is the possible bounce area would be this area of about I got it about 317.80. And basically this was this former area of support. All right. I have that kind of marked out. Big support there. We battled with that for months, really. With months on this level, and that's the area. It's marked in blue right now, and I think that's probably where we're going to bounce to. Okay, we should get rejected there. This is the area where it should. This is likely where I'll want to reverse short again. Okay. So that's really it. The final target on this potential bear market bounce would be about there. From low to high, that would be a bounce of about 11%. And yeah, that's kind of where I see it going. It could go higher. I just don't see it right now. All right. Looking at the weekly chart here, again, we did hit really big support recently at 298. And the key concept I want to point out on the weekly, we're Friday today. So we closed the week today. And you can see where they've bounced this. They've recovered that 298 level. So look for that to hold as support. All right. It's right here. Again, right there. All right. See the wick? Yesterday we were below it, but today they gapped it up and have recovered that. So that should hold. All right. And if that holds, that means that we had just a brief whip and we should get a rally. All right. So I think it's very likely we do get that 318-ish area. Again, that's the near-term target, but the support that I want to point out, that 298, I pointed that out yesterday. Look how good of resistance it was, several reactions, and then from below, and I know my chart's pretty messy because I've been pointing out this stuff in every daily video, but see right there, it was resistance through here, and then it was support right there, support there, and it's now support right here. So good, huge level. The next sell signal, there's two ways that you can do it. One, I think we're going to continue to rally. So I would look for that level of, 318-ish probably as our next opportunity to short, objective short, all right? So you short here, in my opinion, and then you could probably add to the short if or when you break that 298 level on the weekly chart. Okay, so we got to get a break of that on the weekly to signal kind of the next big sell signal. Obviously, many times you don't want to wait for the weekly, so we'll look for it on the daily and stuff like that. But that would be the next sell signal for the next impulsive leg lower. The market's really sold down from the high, triple Q's high to the low, 30%. That's about on par for when you're going to get a bear market rally. I know a lot of people are starting to want to short, and this is about the time that you get a bear market rally. Again, it's obvious that we're in a bear market, at least in tech. So about the time it's obvious is when you get that counter trend bounce. Okay, looking at IWM small caps. Again, we talked about this level for months basically, being key support, 170. All right, this was my price target and my profit target. Again, I'm looking at a weekly chart here. You can see that basically we hit that this week and we're bouncing off of it. So that is holding a support as expected. Here's the daily chart on IWM. Again, there was my profit target. Talked about it, for quite a while. I've been talking about it really since, back in October-ish of 2021. We've been looking for this as a profit target, and we just hit it this week. So congratulations for anyone who took the trade. Very highly profitable. Now it looks like we're going to get some sort of a bounce. Where do we bounce to? Probably right here. I got it at 187.92, 188. I think that makes sense for a bounce. Again, that's objective to short at. So again, you want to sell the rip. Bear markets, you want to sell the rip. And so you have these strong rallies and you look to short into them. We could get rejected right there at 184. That's a potential area, but the most objective area is about 188. So we won't get there in one fell swoop, but we'll probably have some sort of a pullback and then run up and hit that. Okay, so that's kind of the near-term direction that things look like. The other thing is, if you look at the daily, we've kept the bullish divergences. See that right here on the RSI? Momentum, we kept the bullish divergence. And let me zoom in on the RSI. You can see it's confirming. See how it's starting to move up? It's confirming that bullish divergence. So again, it has bullish momentum on the RSI. And that just continues to build the case, the technical case that we hit major support on the weekly chart. We have bullish divergence. We should rally. We should get a bear market rally. And it will suck in the longs. Bear market rallies are really good at sucking in the longs. So we'll just look to get short again. But for now, I'm actually long this, and I'll probably continue to remain long until I see some kind of a change, or we get up to these profit targets. Looking at IWM on the hourly, you're probably going to get a little reaction right here. You can see we're basically there right now at 177.55. And then if you break above that, you've got a little bit of resistance. Well, I don't see much until right about there, that 188 area. So that would kind of be my target for right now. Probably struggle here and then probably just break right up there. It's about a 6% gain. There could be potentially more. We have on the weekly chart a potential downtrend, starting of a downtrend. It's not well defined yet, but there is the potential that this comes in as a downtrend, and that would be a move up to about 199.200, or just depends on when you get there. But we'll continue to watch it. Gold. Okay, so this is a weekly chart. Again, big support on gold at, pretty much right where we're at. We should rally here, I suspect, and at the very least hold this 1823 area, potentially even rally up above 1840 today. So watch for gold, to rally. Again, on the weekly chart, this is your bull market in gold, okay? Going all the way back to 2018, there's your bull market. I've got kind of marked every time we've gotten closer, hit support, and we're breaking it today. The week's not over. We need to see how today closes out. If they continue to strongly rally this up above the 200-day, about 1837, then it just means that this is likely right here going to prove to be a whipsaw, and we're actually going to recover and hold support, and that should be bullish in the nature. Breaking below, running a bunch of stops, and then breaking above, and holding above, should be bullish. The other thing is we've got this downtrend line. So this is the big correction in gold that's been going on, that started back in August of 2020. Big correction, And you can see I've got the resistance marked out. This is a trend line of resistance right there. We broke out, so gold did have a breakout, and we're coming in for a back test. So we've done the full back test. They make it look like it's going to break down. This is the area where I expect we hold, okay? It's run stops. We've, broken below. We've done the back test, and marked in blue is the back test right there. That's about 1824. So stops should have been ran, and we're back testing on major breakout. I think we hold here and rally. We'll see. If we don't, we just continue lower, then maybe we are, maybe it was a false breakout. But as of right now, I'm going to treat it as a breakout and a back test and looking for the buyers to step in here. Going down to the daily chart on gold, and again, this is gold bullion. There's our back test. It's about 1823, and so far the buyers are stepping in. So look for more upside in gold. Looking at the miners, GDX, I've got a key level here at, it really shows on the weekly chart, and I have to roll all the way back to 2013 to really highlight this key level, 3125. All right, that is big. That's a big level. It was major support for many years, and I've got it marked right there as major resistance for many years. Once we broke above, it has been support right here, support here, support here, kind of choppy through here, but again, we have enough reactions to validate it. And sure enough, you can see what it looks like right there. They've whipped it below, and they're starting to recover it. I suspect we close near that 31.34, and this proves to be a stop raid, a false breakdown, stop raid, bear trap, and we should rally from here. All right, so I've started to add in some miners. I bought GDXJ this morning, bought it back. I know I owned it previously. I bought it back. Look for these miners to start to rally here if we start to see this support level firm up, 3140-ish on the GDX. Oil, this is the weekly chart. I've kind of given up on trying to short oil. I was looking at shorting it with a couple things, but I've just given up. I closed out a lot of my shorts yesterday. And closed out XLE and some of these other shorts as well. So I'm not going to try to short oil for the near term. It's pretty headline driven, and it's just not showing that much weakness. So we'll just look for other opportunities. I did want to point out this one miner, MTA. So this we have a bear trap on. So MTA, look at this pattern on the daily. You've got a big bullish falling wedge pattern. This is a bullish pattern that should break to the upside. Okay, this pattern also, you kind of burn through the divergences a little bit. They did still hold on, it looks like, from about right in here. If I can grab the tool. Sorry, it's right there at my line. But basically right in here, you can see there is some bullish divergence that still remains a little bit. And you've got, slight, it's basically there. It's close enough on the PPO to say we've got it. But the bullish falling wedge pattern is in play. And as I zoom in, you can see we had a breakdown right before earnings, though. And again, this breakdown, if I go to the hourly chart, see the breakdown right there? You break down right before earnings. If I go to the hourly chart, this breakdown came with bullish divergence on the hourly. So you'll see here, see the momentum on the hourly. It's right here, basically. And so that's bullish momentum moving higher, and it's kind of equal. It's there on the PPO as well. But see, price was moving lower. See how price is drifting lower through here? That's bullish divergence. So that's momentum moving higher, price moving lower. And going back to the daily, look at that. Bear trap, all right, false breakdown. We recovered it, and earnings is out of the way. Earnings was, or sorry, I apologize. Earnings is actually coming today after the bell. So I apologize about that. But look, breakdown right before earnings, recover right before earnings. Earnings are, when I look at this, earnings are going to be one of two things. They're either slightly negative and they move it back down to this trend line at 538, but it still holds that major support, or earnings for some reason comes out bullish and they probably gap it up to this resistance line right there. And, you know, it might be a pullback on the earnings. Maybe we gap fill, then run. But in general, we have a bear trap in play. and we should move higher from here. All right, whether earnings moves us higher and then we pull back, or whatever. I think we're moving higher from here, and I'm looking for a breakout of this bullish falling wedge pattern now. I'm looking for it to break higher, and it should run. All right. Okay, Netflix. So on the daily chart, you can see we're up 5% today. Let's look at the hourly, and we pointed this one out. The reason why I like this one is this is a relatively strong stock, but at the same time, it's been pretty much left for dead. It's been taken out and shot. There's a real opportunity for a short squeeze. On this one, you've got basically a bullish falling wedge pattern on this hourly chart, and boom, we broke out yesterday, just slightly broke out today, gap up, running. So that's a breakout, buy signal, obviously. Yesterday I picked it up right here, or I started to buy it yesterday, but we have a buy signal. So looking for higher prices, and the targets on these, at least the near-term target, right up here, 245. All right, going to the daily, or before I move over to the daily, also look at this bullish divergence right here on the PPO and the RSI. Big bullish divergence. It's just been building momentum as prices drifted lower. We now have the breakout. We have everything we need to take a long position. Looking at the daily chart, gap fill. So you got this big gap right here. Okay, so that's going to be a target, both gap fill and gap entry. 246.46 is gap entry. If you start to enter that gap, you should fill it. 330.34, or at least get close. That's probably my final target. I wouldn't hold out for too much more. If we're going to get the gap fill, that's like a pretty good target. You probably don't even fill. You probably get up really close and then they pull it back. Maybe they run it down and then they run up and fill it. But either way, we get close to that gap, I'll be taking profit and exiting this trade. But so far, so good. So I would expect this to continue to rally. And from where we're at now, it's a move. Just a gap entry is 34%. And the gap fill would be 80%. So, this thing's really been smoked. So it could have a pretty strong bear market rally if we're going to get it. So I like it so far. I like the price action. We'll look for continuation. Okay, guys, that's all I've really got. I'm basically long some gold miners, long Netflix, long IWM and triple Qs. Again, we're looking for a bear market rally. We are looking to, ride this up a little bit, and then we'll probably reshort it. So the market bigger picture is still sell the rip. Okay, we're still in a bear market. By all indications, we've started a bear market, and I don't see any indication that we've just completely bottomed out and we're going to be off to new all-time highs. But that doesn't mean we're not going to have rallies along the way. So that's kind of what I see, is we'll look to reshort the market after we get these bounces that look like they're playing out. And gold looks like it's probably going to rally from here. So we'll see, but just keep an eye on that. And drop me a thumbs up. Check out the course, guys. Catch you on the next video. Bye.